Yo, what is good everyone? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct that was just announced for November 1st, 11/1/2018. So let's talk about the possibilities of this, because there's been so much speculation with Super Smash Bros. And what's going to be going down. And I think this would probably be the final nail in the whatever coffin, the rumor coffin. I think all of the characters could come out at this event, or nearly all of the characters, because here's the thing: the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch bundle comes out the following day after this presentation. So maybe there's some spoilers in that Super Smash Bros. Bundle, right? I would think that's the reason why they want to maybe get all of the characters out before that bundle drops. Maybe there's something in there, or they just want people to know when it comes to it, because the game officially launches the following month on December 7th, right after the Game Awards. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this lays out. Nintendo has done their best, in my opinion, to break down this massive game into parts so people can digest, instead of just overloading everybody with all the information about the game, because this game is so massive. It's bigger than probably any other game Nintendo has on the Nintendo Switch when it comes to pure content, features wise, what to expect. I'm not sure if there's another game that's as massive as Super Smash Bros. That's why they spent so much time talking about it, because there's so many different changes, there's so many different things that are in the game, there's just so much that they have to go over, but they don't have the time to do it. So let's just recap everything that we've had on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from the very beginning, starting off. So at the beginning of the year, during Nintendo Direct, they showed off the CG trailer revealing the inklings, and the game was coming out in 2018. And then later in the summer for E3, they had a presentation that was part of the Nintendo E3 Direct that they were doing that took up about half of that presentation. So a nice 20+ minute presentation going over Super Smash Bros. And then later in August, they also had another Direct talking about even more stuff, revealing Simon Belmont and revealing a bunch of new modes and everything for the game. So then that's what we've had with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate so far. Now there's been a little bit of silence since then. We've been getting some blog post updates, so some items here and there, but there really hasn't been anything. And I think this is going to be the final countdown. This is going to be the final one where we're going to see everything, or mostly everything, with this game. And what could be revealed at this here? Could we finally get Banjo-Kazooie? Could we be getting Isaac and Mach Rider? Is that leak actually real? Geno, all of that? I don't know about that, guys. There's been people that are expressing quite a bit of doubt. There's been people that have known that Nintendo's going to be doing a Super Smash Bros. Presentation or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct for weeks now. So maybe they've actually seen those characters, so it was easy for them to dispute what that potential leak, the Grinch leak or whatever, was saying, because they know the characters that are going to be in there. Because I personally know that I knew that Ridley was already going to be in there before Ridley was announced. So that's the thing with all of this, guys. That's the thing with all of it. It got kind of testy in the community quite a bit when it comes to Smash Brothers. Not necessarily the hardcore Smash fans, the people who actually play the game and master it and go to tournaments and all that, but more of like the casual community that wants certain characters in there and they get crazy about it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was more of that side of the community, more so than anything than the actual hardcore tournament players, because I think most of the tournament players that I've seen, or most of the players that I've seen talk about the game that are in that community, they're already completely satisfied. And on top of that, they're like, oh my gosh, I have to learn this matchup, this matchup, this matchup, this person versus this person, this person versus this person. I'm gonna have to learn how to fight against all of these characters. So I think there's a little bit of anxiousness and nervousness when it comes to competitive scene, because there's just so many fighters to fight against. And that's kind of how it was in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Even with a significantly less amount of characters, it was tough, because you're just like, oh my gosh, there's this character and there's this character and all these matchups, and this character can do this and rage and all of this different stuff. So to me, it seems like this is going to be the final one here, and it's going to show off a bunch of different things. But I think the biggest thing that this is going to show, this Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct, is there was a little bit of a thing on, like, I guess like the Japanese website, there was going to be 32 players online, so maybe they show off the tournament mode in the game. But also, what about the spirits mode, or what people are rumoring as the spirits mode? I think that's going to be the single player. Maybe they show that off for the first time, right, where you get into more of a story-based type of thing, to where you can go through co-op with a buddy right there, and you can play through some type of scenario-based campaign or something like that to make people happy with that. Just give it a little bit more content, kind of round things out better than Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS did. So I'm going to be excited to see what they do there with that. Now, Subspace Emissary to me necessarily didn't play the best. I didn't like it that much. I know there's a lot of people who do love Subspace Emissary. That was the campaign or single player mode and Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I know other people are, and I do want some type of campaign in there just so more people are happy overall. I think it'd just be good to have that in there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do there, if there is any actual spirits mode or anything like that. So another thing that I'm probably more interested and excited in is seeing the online. I really would love for there to be a couple different things with the online. Some stuff I already know that they fixed, right? So let's talk about the basics. I think with the online, they're not using the Wii U's online, they're not using Miiverse, so they've had to create a completely new online infrastructure or system that talks to the game. So talks to players and talks to the game, what to do, where to go, how you go into certain stuff, lobbies, certain things. They've had to completely revamp that, because the way that the Wii U did it, it was integrated with Miiverse to send messages and all that. There was no real game invites. All you could do is literally raid somebody's lobby if it was open. So you had to have some type of outside communication outside of the game in order to let people know that you want to start a lobby. I mean, or you had to go back and forth to Miiverse to send messages, and there was no real game invites. So from what we've seen on the sidebar, it does look like you're going to be able to send messages somehow, and maybe that can tie into game invites. I want to be able to send somebody a game invite, and then they can actually hop into my game from going into that message. That would be the ideal thing for Super Smash Brothers, and I'm hoping that they do that. The sidebar is very good. I think it's very good because it gives me some hope that there's going to be better online and how to connect and everything. The next thing that I'd like to see is a proper ranking system. I've talked about this multiple times. I'm going to talk about it again, and I'm hoping that there's a proper ranking system to where people who do want to play competitively, people who do want some type of ranking, can have that aspect for them, because I think that Sakurai thinks too much sometimes a little bit about the casual audience, then completely ignores maybe some of the finer aspects for the competitive audience. Now with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they've really been paying attention to the competitive audience, which I really thank Sakurai and crew for that. Honestly, this is probably the most attention that they've ever paid to the competitive audience going into the game that I have seen, because they have multiple different stages, right? They have the different layouts that you can change. They have a lot of different toggles on different things when it comes to rage and when it comes to just other stuff. They've done so many different things for the competitive community. The rolling has been nerfed, right? People just rolling all over the place. That's been nerfed, so I'm appreciative of that. But I do want to see them have a proper ranking system, and they can pull something straight from Pokken Tournament when you have like the E1 or E2 or D1 and all that. They can just kind of go through and put that to where you have the letter rankings, right? You have the letter rankings, and then you can rank up. They don't have to have it to where there's like #1 in the world and all of that. Like, they don't have to do that. They can do what Pokken Tournament does, and I think people would be happy with that style of ranking system, which is also similar to Tekken and everything. So I do hope that they put in some type of ranking system in there. I'd be really happy if they put that in. Now, another thing for online that I would love to see as well is just to see if there can even be like team rankings as well. So let's say you want to do doubles, and there's also rankings, a separate one for doubles. That would be great too. And also the tournament mode, being able to customize the options more with online tournaments, because you couldn't really customize too much. You couldn't make it like one-on-one tournaments on the Wii U version and then have that go. Nintendo had their own official tournaments that you can do one-on-one, but for some reason you couldn't do those with your own tournaments and customize one-on-one. It was a bit of a hot mess when we tried to do tournaments one-on-one. So yeah, I'm really hoping that Nintendo kind of overhauls that and lets people have their own online tournaments and customize to their liking. Now, based on what we've seen so far with the customization in this game, it looks like that's going to be the case. Based on the information, but we'll have to wait and see. So I think basically to kind of round out all my thoughts on this, I think the online definitely needs to be a focus on what they're going to do here, because Super Smash Bros. For Wii U was a significant step up from Brawl, but Brawl was quite possibly the worst online that I've ever seen in a fighting game, at least a fighting game made in the 7th gen, at least for that. So it had one of the worst systems ever, and it didn't help that, of course, the Wii was just not a system that was really in tune with online. The Wii U did better, but the integration with Miiverse and other just little things, if you played Super Smash Bros. For Wii U online, you guys know what I'm talking about, didn't really help out with what they're trying to do. So I'm really hoping that they nailed it this time, maybe 3rd time's the charm for online. So we'll have to wait and see on that. There's already been a ton of different stages revealed and items and all that, so I'm pretty sure they'll go over some more of that, but this should be a massive show, guys. So what do you guys think about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct going down on November 1st? That is this Thursday. Yes, we will be live streaming it. Yes, we're going to be hype. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube membership. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace!